Welcome to our module 9. We all talk about the sample problem number 1. This is just the continuation and additional problem about the module 8 on the Newton's second law of motion. Force is equal to the mass times the acceleration. So earlier we are in module 8, we discussed about the motion of an object along the horizontal and vertical movements or motion. Here the motion of the object is already inclined. So sample problem number 1 is we are asked about the equations of motion in the x and y directions for the 10-kilogram block. So the x and y directions or axis in this problem is not the usual like this one. So that's this one, but like this. So gihatag man kay ngani ang yang axis sa x and y, therefore man ito gamiton nga kuan axis for or notations for this problem. Okay, let's start. So we have a given mass equal to 10 kilograms and then inclined surface at 30 degrees and the kinetic of coefficient of friction equal to 0.2. So let's draw an FBD. So again, the weight of the object is equal to the mass times the gravitational acceleration, that is equal to 98.1 newtons. So we draw an FBD of this one. So we have the weight of the object equal to 98.1. So we have the normal force. Again, this is always perpendicular to the surface, and the friction is always opposite to the acceleration. We know that the object moves this way, downward, so the friction moves on that side. So here, the normal force is like this, and that is 30 degrees from the vertical, from along y. And then the friction, which is 90 degrees of n, it moves here. And this is 30 degrees along the x. I think there already no other components here. You have the weight, the normal force, and then the friction. So to get the x and y component of this one, then I would like to translate this FBD and rotate this 30 degrees counterclockwise. So our new FBD. So this is the normal force. This is the friction. Kaya ito mo siyang gipatuyok dito, pinagdira. And then our weight moved like this. 90.1 newtons, 30 degrees from the vertical. So we can start now getting the equation. So summation of forces along x is equal to max. So force along x is, we have here F, negative F, and then plus 98.1, this is sine 30. Sine 30 is equal to the mass of the object is 10 kilograms AX. We know that the friction is just equal to the coefficient of kinetic friction times the normal force. So we can write it as negative 0.2 n plus 98.1 sine 30 equals 10 AX. So writing this in terms of A, we have AX is just equal to, so we divide the whole equation with 10. We have 98.1 sine 30, 49.05 Newton minus 0.2 n over 10, or the acceleration along x is equal to 4.905 minus 0.1 Newton. 0.01 Newton. You know, we write the equation along the y, so we sum forces along y is just equal to 0. Why 0? Because acceleration moves along the x and no acceleration along y, so that's why it's equals to 0, because mass times acceleration is 0 along y. Mo nang pwede na to isa isulat diretso yung ani. So our summation forces along y is equal to 0. We have n minus the 98.1 Newton, and then sine 30 is equal to 0. Since we were only asked about the equation, we can answer this one.